Wow, that was a nice little trip around the world. I hope you all enjoyed that, folks. Welcome to Travel Chat Live on Thursday night. I've got Joseph. How you doing, Joseph?
Good, Walter. Man, I want to go to Rome and Barcelona, and I'm so glad you showed those videos.
Let's just put that trip together. What we just saw, let's just go do that, like the whole thing.
Man, wouldn't you want to be sipping a espresso on a street corner in Paris with a baguette in your hand? You've probably paid only about $3 for the whole thing. I mean, it takes money to get there, but
I got to have the little beret and all of that on too. So we do the whole thing.
We got the beard though, brother. We're good to go.
I do. Hey, folks, everybody, welcome. And I'm sure you noticed the one thing you did not see in that opening video was a cruise ship or a river ship. There was none of that in there because today we're going to stay firmly on land. Today we are. Oh my gosh, we got a whole bunch. First of all, hey, Sue is here. Sue and Phil, Joanna, Michael, Peggy, Bobby. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. I am Walter, your independent travel advisor with Where's Walter Travel. We book cruises, land, luxury, and expedition. And tonight I'm very thankful to have our travel partner from ALG Vacation, Joseph, to talk a little bit of land. We're going to spend an hour. And if you folks got questions, please jump in and ask your questions, especially, I've had people reach out about like all-inclusives and resorts and things like that. That's what Joseph is here for. We're going to talk. It's all land all night tonight, everybody.
I'm so excited when you invited me on. I couldn't be any happier. You are a stellar travel advisor, and I know you do amazing work with all of your clients, and people love you. And you're one of the agents I get to work with, and it's such an honor to be with you. I love this medium, this video. I thought we were going to just do audio, so I'm going to put my glasses on that I think will fit better with you. Those are just my regular normal glasses. But Walter, you tonight deserve the blue glasses to go with your outfit and your vibe. And man, I don't pull these things up for any yahoos. No, Walter's ready to roll.
Let's do this. And Alex, I know you missed the itinerary already. We just showed it, 6 places that we're all going. There was a clue in that open, to see where we're going to go next. But Joseph, why don't you tell everybody, a little bit about who you are, maybe how we kind of work together, and maybe a little bit about, what exactly is ALG Vacations?
So my name is Joseph. I actually live in Wisconsin, so up in the frozen tundra, way above your short wearing weather down south.
How is it up there right now, Joseph?
It's very cold.
I don't even want to tell you what it is here.
And I am a business development manager with ALG Vacations. I used to be a travel advisor, and now I've stepped into this role on the supplier side. And so I come from it from a very different, I think, a good perspective of where you've come from as a travel advisor. And then now on this side to help you sell these amazing products. Like you have amazing cruise products and cruise business development managers you work with. And now I was doing more land packages. And so you, as a travel advisor with a multitude of others, I have 8,500 travel advisors that are underneath me that are having an official login. And so you are Walter is one of them, and I don't have to say where's Walter. I know where Walter is.
He knows where I live.
And so I get to help you guys put together these amazing itinerations all over the world. And our company goes out and procures the flights, the transfers, the excursions, the hotels, the resorts, even the travel protection part of it. So it really is a one-stop shop for you guys as travel agents. And we work directly with our travel agent partners, and we absolutely love travel agents. They are not dead. They are alive and well and putting out and helping you guys as their clients. What do you call your clients? You have a name for them, Walter?
Clients? Friends?
Yeah, some people have
Clients
like
and
really
friends.
cool names. I don't know. You don't seem like the guy that wants to have like the cool name. So maybe give
I
him a
just
name.
I just enjoy that they actually are willing to work with us. I mean, we're very honored because if you think about it, we take this very seriously because most people might have 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks off a year, and
Yeah.
you're entrusting that vacation to us, and that terrifies me at times. And I use that to make sure that we dot every I and we cross every T and make sure that we're giving them the
Yep.
best possible vacation. And ALG helped to make that so much easier for us. And I think, obviously most people know me as the cruise guy. And I think the closest parallel to that would be an all-inclusive. And we were talking about that a little
Yeah.
earlier. So, for those people who have never been to an all-inclusive, and I'll raise my hand, and I haven't yet either, why don't you kind of walk us through, the differences between all-inclusives and cruises?
Yeah, let's banter a little bit about that. All inclusive is as it says. They are all inclusive of pretty much everything you would want on a trip. So most of them are very amazing resorts, not unlike cruising, where you do have your budget cruise lines all the way up to your high level luxury cruise lines, and you'll have those same
Okay.
same sets in the all inclusive world. And so when you go to it, you are engaging with that resort. Now, let's just go like a midline resort, and so it's not not overly fancy, but it's not just your grandma in the kitchen cooking for you. And you're gonna go, and you're gonna have all of your amenities taken care of. So unlike maybe some cruise lines where it's like, oh, you get this drink package or that drink package, or maybe no drink package, most of your all inclusive like drinks and food are just included. It's just a matter of some resorts, maybe you have to make a reservation for dinner, and a lot of them actually you don't. So all of the fine dining restaurants are going to be open for everybody. They'll still have the buffets. So like if you wanted to go to the Hispanic restaurant every night, you could, or the Asian restaurant every night. And they're always going to have an Asian restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, a steakhouse, an Italian restaurant. And then if you're really lucky, you're going to get a French restaurant
Gotcha.
at these resorts. And then during the day, I also like to say the biggest thing you should try to decide is hammock or lounge chair. Like it's just relaxed and chill. Now you can go to some again that maybe are more partyish, or maybe they have more activities going on during the day, or maybe they're more spa related. And so you'll have that. That honestly is one of the biggest differences between cruise lines and I think an all-inclusive. And I'm a cruiser at heart too. I pounded out almost 100 days of cruising in the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
I love cruising also, but I go to a cruise and you might have to get off that next day because you're going to go explore a city, or you're going to go do something. So there is that essence of more excursion based, or I'm going to go into this local community. You don't have that as much with an all-inclusive experience. Now you can obviously go into the local community, and I also recommend that based on what city you're in. But there is definitely a more vacation chill vibe to it, and it's again getting to know that bartender, so they're bringing you the drink that you want, hanging out at the pool, going to the beach, and experiencing, playing bingo during the day. So I mean, it has all those same types of things that are at cruise ships. There's might be the roving guitar player. Then at nighttime, they're gonna light up all the fires around. They're gonna have little places where you can just sit and relax, go grab yourself a drink, and usually some nighttime entertainment. I will say, Walter, again, I'll shoot straight with you, and again, I'm a land guy, but I'll tell you, cruise ship entertainment at night kicks butt over any all-inclusives for the most part. There are some that are nice, but you'll get your Michael Jackson show. The Jamaicans doing a Michael Jackson show is kind of a fun little experience, but it isn't Cirque du Soleil that you might get on a Princess Cruise Line. That part's different, but like the food and the drinks and stuff are all really good. And now you're hearing more and more, and I've experienced it myself. Where people are like, oh, I don't do all inclusives because now the food or whatever, and I'll just tell some of these newer ones that are coming out are amazing. Like the food level quality. That's personally why I pick a resort like that is because the food and the drinks. I want to go. I don't want bad food, and I don't want cheap drinks when I'm on vacation. Which is why I actually leaned for a while towards, I was a Princess Cruise guy. And maybe because I like the medallions. You guys have talked about the medallions, I assume.
Love the medallion.
Huh?
I love
You
that
don't?
medallion. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. When you have a 5-year-old, you love that medallion. You know where that 5-year-old is at all times. You know where your wife is if she's at the wine bar or she's at the, she's at the, or she, worked her way over to the casino. That's
Right.
great. But yet the level of drinks there, I always appreciated. Like I can go just try them. So I've always was a drink package guy, but that's an add-on, right? That higher
Right.
level. Most all-inclusives will have a preferred club where it is a little bit more per day, where you can go in and get some extra amenities that are nicer. But usually the baseline is fine. It's not like it's a celebrity cruises where you get the low-level whiskey if you just get the drink package.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what you've heard in your business when you talk about cruising, why people don't like one or the other. But I also like to tell people it's vacation versus a trip. Really, the two differences. Not that a cruise can't be a quote unquote vacation, but there is that essence of I have to get somewhere. Sometimes you don't ever have to think that you leave really refreshed and ready to go. Alex was asking which resorts have the best food.
Yeah.
If you've
And
never
solo friendly.
if you have never endeavored into the all-inclusive worlds, I like to tell travel agents, I work with them because I talk to travel agents every day. Like, I don't know anything about all-inclusives, and like that's where I want to get going in. Like, if you start learning the Hyatt inclusive collection, Walter, they have probably the biggest breadth of properties in the secrets and in the dreams. Secrets as adults, dreams as family. Then they got a more I frowned when I was going to do that. I didn't mean to do that, but a little more economical sunscape. They have the Hyatt Vivids, kind of an adult only, a little bit more active. They got Breathless is more party. So they have this wide swath of opportunities. So like Alex was saying, they were like some of the best solo friendly places are these Breathless, are great to go to, just for a little bit of party interaction. And actually even the Secrets, which is, it's not like sandals. We don't sell sandals, but I know that product well. Sandals is couples. Secrets is adults. So you can go as, we have 2 beds in them. There's no 2 beds at a Sandals. There's only at Secrets. You can get 2 beds, and so singles can go. So there's lots of bachelor parties and all that kind of stuff there. Out there. Most of the packages beach related. Sue and Phil, with all inclusives, many of them are related to the beaches. You're finding now, Walter, this is kind of a cool thing that's happening. A lot of these new builds that are happening, because the beach land is becoming scarce, they're building it off, like in Tulum, which is south of Cancun, a really bohemian town, a fun town. There's a new Secrets, it's called Secrets Tulum, that's there. It's very walkable into the city, but then you take a golf cart to the beach. So it is very almost jungly, Aztec and Mayan type of feel to it. And then they have a whole beach area with the beach club. So there's a restaurant at the beach. So it's not like, just drive to the beach and it's just they have that very developed. And actually there's some places you can stay at the beach for places. So most of them are, are beach related. But I would say, stick with that Hyatt inclusive collection family. Not unlike maybe the Carnival family, where you got Seabourn all the way down to Carnival. Like, it's a family of brands, all doing their thing, all have a different vibe and feel to it. That's the easiest link to the Hyatt inclusive collection brand, which is our partner of the month. We sell everything. We sell Marriott's, we sell Hilton's, we sell the world. But this brand is probably the closest link to that kind of that Carnival cruise brand.
Is there anything like an all-inclusive that, because I always think beach, obviously, right? I think the Caribbean, I think all that. But are there like all-inclusives that are more like, let's just say winter-based, or like in places that we wouldn't expect?
There isn't as much. It's an economics issue for the most part. Now, anything could be all inclusive, right, Walter? With enough money.
Sure.
So there are some, and we don't sell those products, but I'll throw them out there. Like there's a few. Club Med has some like ski package places that are out there.
Oh, right.
We have, again, some all-inclusives are starting to get into Europe and Portugal and Spain islands. So the Malacor, I'm not saying that word right. The cruise ships go into that little island off of Spain.
They do.
I can't. Is it it's Mala something.
Mallorca.
So we have Mallorca. Yes, Mallorca. I was going to put the Malacon from Puerto Vallarta, which is another great cruise ship. And so you have that. Let's go to Puerto Vallarta. Is a great cruise ship town where you just come off for a day and you get in for 3-4 hours and you got to get back on the ship. That's a beautiful city to get a nice all-inclusive in and go, hey, we're going to spend the whole day in the city. There's some amazing resorts there. Or we're going to go up, into the jungle and do the ATV stuff and the zip lining, which they have amazing stuff for that. Or we're going to go out and do whale watching. You do all of that, from that one base, and then just take a couple days just to chill out. But in Malacor, now I'm saying it wrong again, I know.
Mallorca.
We have some new all-inclusives there in Mallorca and the Tenerife Islands that are part of this Hyatt inclusive collection of we have some Riu properties, RIU, which are in Dubai. So they're starting to get into Asia, the Middle East, and into Europe. But you're not finding a lot. One of the main questions I got a lot was, well, I want to do an all inclusive in Hawaii or in Florida. That just isn't going to happen. I mean, there's I think one,
they don't exist,
but it's economics at that point.
Gotcha. So Joe is talking about, this is obviously one of the most popular things that people look for, that over the water. I want to have that over the water experience. And he said, he's looking for something maybe affordable, but where are some of like either your favorites or where are some places that we're looking at over the water?
Well, so our main competitor has a couple over the water ones. You'll have to do that research, Walter. But they aren't the only ones. They're just the ones you see on PBS a lot. And then you have your over the water in out in the islands in the South Pacific. We sell some of those properties that are not all inclusive, but the prices are usually so good. Like a lot of times people are hiring butlers and chefs just to eat it. That's in I can see the islands. I can see the overwater bungalows in the South Pacific. It'll come to me. You're going to say it like Bali.
I was going to say
Bali,
Tahiti.
Bali, those places. So we actually have, packages you can put together to go there.
Gotcha.
And then there's some really sleeper all-inclusive ones in Mexico, actually. El Dorado has a really cool over the water. It's right by their El Dorado Maroma, which is an adult only, like a couple 100-person resort that we sell. Beautiful beach, just a really chill vibe at the resort. Like there's no fanfare. There's nobody doing Jello shots. It's just like go in and and then part of that Maldives. Thank you, Joanna. I knew somebody would come through for us.
Thank you, Joanna.
The El Dorado there has an over the water. It has about 20 units. I have not personally stayed at them. I have visited them and walked through them and toured them and been around them. And they're just magical when you have your floor is glass floor and you're looking out at the fish going through and you got your own little deck and hammock out there in the water, and then and people don't have to leave that for the whole week. Like I would be a little bored, but butlers come out and do stuff for you and stuff. I'm like, I want to go back and see if there's something going on land, but people do it all the time. So those are they're never cheap by any means.
Sure.
And so the prices like that El Dorado I mentioned are way better than like a Sandals has. And the sandals ones honestly are hard just to find. Again, we don't sell those, but there I go. I'm talking about our competitor because I think we're just as good or better.
Gotcha.
So the prices. So what sometimes people will do is they'll do like a 4-day, on the main land, and then they'll do 3 days at the end. In that setting, which is something you can't do on cruising, right? Once you get your room, you're locked in for that room. It's super easy to go 5 days at this resort and 5 days here, and sometimes you're transferring with it. You're transferring. Sometimes it's just they're right next to each other. You can just walk right over. So it's beautiful. But all these new properties coming out, Walter, like I think like Secrets Mokshe, Impressions, and Isla Mujeres has got a new Secrets out there. I just stayed at the Playa Blanca in northern part of Cancun. Like, don't sleep on Cancun. If I can say anything to your people today, like when people go, "Oh, I've been to Cancun, I don't need to go back." Like, there's 200 all-inclusives in Cancun.
Wow.
And such a from all the way from Tulum all the way up to the Playa Blanca. So it's almost a 2.5, 3-hour drive from north to south with Cancun in the middle. You have the party vibe, you have the endless beach vibe, you have the jungle vibe, you have the city life vibe. So there's so many things there, and so many amazing properties. And these new properties, I've said it a couple times because they're the ones we're talking about this month mostly, is the Secrets brand and Dreams. Those new Secrets products, Walter, that are coming out are absolutely amazing. And I'm not just saying that because it's my job. Like, I jaw dropped. Like, I visited Mokshe a couple month or so ago, and you look at pictures of it and you're like, oh, okay, cool, it's gonna be whatever. And I've been to almost 115 all-inclusives in the last 4 or 5 years. So I've stayed at or visited. That one blew my mind. Like, I can't believe the things that they were putting in there, from man-made cenotes, which are those sinkhole type swimming areas, to rooftop swimming areas, to pools that had sand in it to be like, and it was like way off the beach. Like, the beach is too far away. I just want to come out of the lobby and be in the sand environment. Like the stuff they were doing. Oh my God. Speakeasies to the theater. Like, the theater was the closest thing to a cruise ship theater too. Like, just a theater in the round. Like, it was pretty magical. The things that they had there at Secrets Mokshe. So you can get your clients there. It's a no-brainer. They will love it.
Nice. Well,
I don't know if that's a lot. Some people, tips, Alex, tips are included always. Wi-Fi is included. Like, I'm all shocked to even have to ask that question. But I guess that's right. In cruise ships, they're like, it's free Wi-Fi, but you have to like ratchet it, like for 10 minutes a day. You don't want to lose connection.
Or you've got to step up to the higher version of it. Yeah.
It's included. It's part of it. So drinks, tips. A lot of the resorts too, like, you actually get in trouble if you tip extra. It's included in what you're doing. I always say you're going to these countries, and again on cruise ships too, be liberal tippers as Americans, please. Always do that. These guys are such hard workers.
Yes,
a couple bucks goes a long way.
That's great. Hey, Tara. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Joe. Hey, everybody. Hey, I'm going to remind you, we're almost at the bottom of the hour. I'm Walter, your independent travel advisor. We're talking to Joseph from ALG Vacations. We're talking land vacation tonight. And if we can assist you in any way, just reach out. Where's WalterTravel.com. Wherever you're watching me right now, there's links down in the description to get a hold of me. We would love to help you. As always, our services are 100% free to you. And we have amazing travel partners like Joseph sitting right here with us tonight. He's my guy. If I got questions about land, he's my guy. I give him a call. Say, hey, Joe,
the beauty of this relationship, right? Like, the beauty of this relationship you have. This is why using travel advisors I think is so key. You can talk to your clients and go, hey, this is what they are. And you can tell me, I'll ask you beach, pool, food, right to food, like a 2-minute conversation with me, I could basically go, okay, this is where they could go. And then there's other places like, if we start getting in over to Europe or Hawaii, I haven't been there as much, and I've been there enough to be dangerous. And so, like, we offer these amazing, again, packages for you to give your clients of, going from Atlanta to Paris, and then, get 3-4 nights at one hotel, maybe a couple at another, or maybe 7 days and some excursions. But that's, for you really, you're working with them, and, it might, you get, there's what, 300-400 hotels again in Paris. There's a lot like in Rome.
Right.
Like, can we know them all? Right. Absolutely not. But we're vetting those hotels. Okay, these ones are junk. We're not putting everything out there. Some other competitors will main knock we have actually, Walter, is us like, well, where's this hotel? Where's that? And we're like, well, we don't have it because we don't want it. We don't want that. Right. We don't want that. We want to actually try to give, so if we get bad reviews from hotels, we're getting rid of them.
I got you. Yeah.
You can, we put those things together so you can confidently, put somebody on a Delta flight and get them in the Marriott in Paris, or in the little side boutique hotel in Paris, and you can feel good about it that they're going to get there. And then, it's wheels off, man. You're having fun in Paris, And
that is one of, go ahead.
Oh, no, go.
No, I was going to say that's one of the really cool things. I mean, we started out by talking about all inclusives, but of course, if some of you saw those opening videos, you guys are literally all over the globe. And one of the nice things about working with ALG is it's very easy for me to put together the entire package in one shot. I can find the flights, I can find the hotels, we can find excursions, transfers, even like you said, even insurance can be wrapped right in to the whole thing. Why don't we talk a little bit about Europe, even though you said you haven't been over there much, but what are some of the things that we can offer, through ALG over in Europe?
So I was just going to say, and Joanne put it up in the comments, do you do tours in Europe? Not technically. And that's why I think as Walter, as a good travel advisor, are going to have a good land package air provider like us in your pocket. You're going to have a great cruise line family of brands in your pocket that you really know and love and trust. And then have a good tour operator that's your classic, like, I want to go to Ireland. Like, can we get you to Ireland and get you an amazing hotel in Dublin? Absolutely. Can we get you a Guinness drinking excursion? Yep. Like, we can do that. It's then, I want to go around and go see the Blarney Stone. I want to go to this. Like, that's where you, Walter, as the agent, can put that together if you want. Or there's amazing tour groups out there that maybe you're in a group of 15, 16 people and you're going to tour around, which is a great, again, vacation option that we don't necessarily offer. Those types of packages, for clients, but those are definitely, great ways. But if you had people that were a little more adventurous, you can go to Dublin and you could, get them a car and we can put that together. You could get, and go 2 nights and go maybe in Galloway and get them 2 nights there and, Spoken Wheel. So we could totally put that together. So, and it's any major airport code we're in. So all of it. And we use, if there's an airline, we partner with them. So again, that's a great asset. So when you go, a beautiful package is, let's say you want to do, I'll talk to you as cruising. If you want to go to Barcelona, and then you take the Princess Cruise from Barcelona to Rome, it's a 7-day. Well, you don't want to go to Barcelona or Rome and just get in and get out, do you? No, the answer is no. So you would use us to go fly over there. We'd package that. You'd go not the excursion, the transfer from the airport to the hotel. You'd go 2 nights in a hotel, and then you'd take an Uber or whatever, or another transfer to the cruise port. And then you do 7 days in the cruising, and then go to Rome. And we say 3 nights in Rome, fly back. Well, that's all in a lot of worlds. I don't want to get the nitty gritty with your clients, but that's flights. That's an inter-island trip. That's there's 7 different components there. It's not for you, Walter. It's one. Like, we put that all into one package. And that's the beauty of, again, for your clients to go, okay, if there is land destination issues, you're dealing with us and the cruise line, period. So that's the beauty. So it's all of those places, and we have great excursions even in a lot of the cruise ports now. So yes, great. Sounds like a great option for a one-way cruise. Yep.
Yep.
Domestic, yeah, we do domestic too. Vegas. I just posted out. You probably saw it on my page today. Our partners in Vegas are doing a new training, and they're giving away some free stuff if you go do that training. Put you in a little price thing. So yes, we do Vegas. we love Vegas. We got again all of the major airports and even medium-sized airports, even in the States. If there's an airport, we have the hotels around it too. So
okay.
It's a really good thing that we have for you to help your clients. Again, packaging all together, putting it together so Walter doesn't have to call up, the Marriott in Rome to figure out what the rates are, and then hope that it gets there, and hope that maybe he's going to get a commission off that, and hopefully he'll get paid. Like that's just not going to happen. Like we take care of all of those things to make life easier for you.
Well, it is nice that we can just put the package together. That's something, like a lot of clients who have worked with me up to this point, we've kind of like put the air together and then we put the hotel together and we kind of did it all separately. Well, now that we're starting to get into your product more, those are going to be nice options that we can start presenting to our clients saying, look, here it is. Here's your flight. Here's your hotel. The transfer's already in there. Everything is built in. Yep. And, if you want to go do this one thing, we can throw this other thing in there too.
Yep. And that's one deposit, one everything. So then, you're only working then with the cruise line and this. So that's the beauty.
Yeah.
So we're all over Europe, and that's really our hot thing that we have. And then we have luxury products. Mm-hmm. We have about 500 and I think we're up to 10. Wow. 510 hotels around the world that we directly link with. So there's there's zero middleman. We actually know who their managers are and all that stuff. And we have a special like amenity for your clients if they book that product too. So there's those part of the luxury. And then we have, again, to tell your clients, like Walter's not doing this. Like Walter's got a team behind him, even though he's not all good looks, right? He's not all good looks and ideas. He's got everything. He's got people behind him again in this industry that have your back to go, okay, how can we help you book that reservation for a dinner around the corner in Paris? Well, you don't know French, or maybe you do. You don't know French, and so we have people that you can call for your clients and go, hey, I would like, can you see if we can get some reservations for the La Petite, around the corner? Yes. And so they do that work.
Wow.
Put that on your thing for these luxury products that we have. And some of the luxury doesn't mean it really expensive. These are 5 diamond, 4 seasons type of resorts. So they're not cheap. But we have people on our side that are very much, if you book those, will help you make a more memorable experience for all of your clients.
Nice. And it is just awesome and that's one of the reasons why I like bringing you and some of my travel partners on here. So y'all watching realize that we do have an amazing team behind us. Yes, it's Rebecca and I, and we have a superlative team up in Cleveland from KHM Travel Group that gives us all the support in the world. But you guys, when I say that, we're going to go do some research on vacations and things like that, this is what I'm talking about. We've got people like Joseph and his whole team that are going to help us. It's like, you can't know everything, right? You just can't know everything.
Impossible.
But we got people who know exactly what we're looking for, right? When I talk about Paris, we've got people we can talk to and say, all right, here's what you need to know. And here's what those things are all about. And it gives me a lot of confidence to then turn around to Tara and Alex and Michael and Joanna and all these people that we work with and say, yes, I feel confident showing this to you and saying you're going to have an amazing time. It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you, Nurse Sarah.
And again, you're in Paris or Rome or London or Dubai. Like it's hard not to have a great time. So what you don't want is the flights and all these other things to be, the issue. So obviously travel is travel and there's always going to be some things, but we're always putting that pressure on, again, the hotels. And again, we have a team, we have, oh man, it was some exorbitant number, Michael. And I'm not even, it was a lot, like 30, 40, 1,000, reservations a week type of a thing.
Wow.
And like we get like 1% of them that are, and we don't want it to be 1%, we want it to be less, but like, hey, they might have an issue. It might have not been the experience that we want. So we have our people again too on the backside coming in fairly heavy to go, hey, Walter's client needs a rebate. And we don't do this. It's not you had a bad hair day or like there was a hair on your pillow type of a thing. But like these are major issues that just weren't what. And so that's where, again, having suppliers that are backing you, having a client, having you calling me to go, hey, Joseph, Sally and Alex, I hope that's Alex's wife's name. I don't know. Or no, Alex. They had this really bad experience for that, less than 1% of the people. They can step back and just go, okay, we'll work this out. We'll try to figure out the best recourse for this to happen. Again, that even goes why we have travel protection. I hope your clients are getting travel protection for things like COVID. It seems like it's a distant memory to people, but man, afterwards everybody got travel protection. Now it's like, I don't need it. No, you need it.
Yeah, you need it,
and you need it with a good, cancel for any reason type of policy. And you pay a few extra bucks for it, but man, there's something about that when again you want to have that backing if something happens.
Absolutely.
That you can cancel and be good, get the credit or get the cash back or whatever your policy was.
Yeah, and just I literally had somebody cancel today for a cruise that's going out next Tuesday, and she has travel insurance. So. Yeah. I push. I mean, I can't force people to get it, but we certainly encourage you to get it because
I'm going to strongly encourage if you're listening right now, man. Travel protection is like I know, especially our thing. It's so cheap. And it includes cancel for any reason. Like I call it the bad hair day. Like you don't want to go. Like Walter just click the button and you get some travel credit back. Or if you had the cash back, option, you got that. So many, like get it. So Europe. That was great. Yeah, all over Europe, and then luxury, and then we're getting into Asia more.
Ooh,
this
nice.
is we a lot of it was spurred on. There's this mouse in Japan that has a park, and a lot of agents are like, "Oh, we go there for that, but we
Tokyo Sea looks gorgeous."
Or there's amazing cruise lines that get into these like Japan, for instance. We want to stay a little bit longer, so we have pretty aggressively added, 500-600 hotels just in Japan alone.
Wow,
in the last 6 months.
Wow. And, talking about the cruise thing, there are a lot of cruises that start in Japan and end up in Seattle for the Alaska season, or they go the other way. So there's another little tie-in with cruise.
So definitely there. I mean, we're everywhere. Wow. And that's where, again, we work with our travel advisor community. And we had a lot of them just going, hey, we need more in this town. I couldn't even tell you the name of the cities in Japan, but they're like, we need more in here. And these are the ones we need. And we're like, okay. So we go to our people that have that's what the business development manager does. How do we help you sell these things that you need? And so we've expanded that. So that's the beauty again of our community. That's awesome. So yes, all over the world, Walter.
Awesome. So Alex wants to know, is there a way for the public to look at some of these hotels and then come to me and say, hey, Walter, these are the ones that we want?
You can always obviously do, anybody can do research. And I love when I was a travel agent, when people go, this is what I want to do. And so like, okay. And you have access to pretty much everything. If it's not with us, it's going to be with somebody else. Right. Okay. So Walter's your guy at the end of the day. So if you heard nothing else and you forget who ALG Vacations is, I don't care. You go to Walter and he can make it happen. So working with that, I would start with FunJet is one of our brands. FunJet. They do have a consumer side of it. The pricing is going to be the same. This is I think you mentioned it and other people do. A lot of agents are out there talking about clients don't really pay any more to have a travel advisor. Like this is cooked into the ethos of every room. Like Disney is the classic one of like you're paying it. There's a 10% basically a tip for your travel advisor in every Disney booking. And if you book it directly with them, who's going to keep that 10%? Disney is, and you're going to get no help. It's the same way with the hotels and cruising and all that. Airlines, there isn't any money in, so you will see. I don't know if you do help people with just straight airlines, and if you do, you should charge a fee because you get nothing. Airlines don't play the game at all, so it is what it is.
They don't. No, we only book flights for clients who are booking a package.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or we like them. If we like them and they come to us, we might book a flight just for them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know who you are.
I had a couple. I had a couple up in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, that would always make me curry or make me some lemon bars or something like that when I booked this flight. I helped. There was an older couple, and I just loved them. And I was like, I can't take any money from you. Actually, this painting in my room. Oh, here you go. This painting.
Oh, look at this.
That one.
Yeah,
he painted that, and this one.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's
how cool is that?
So yeah, there's other kickbacks here being a travel advisor that isn't all money, but I just love this couple. But I never took any money from him. He would just be like, his wife was from Thailand, so that's why he made these.
Oh, that's cool.
That was off the rails story there too. But hey, we're all human.
Hey, I mean, we got to look at your office. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. Well, Walter, this is what I'm bringing to.
Okay. Here we go.
There.
Look at that.
Ready to go here.
Oh yeah, in March we're going to see you in Orlando, right?
Yes, that's
nice.
That stuff I got to
talking about the mouse. Talking about the mouse. You're coming right into the mouse's house.
Yes.
Yeah. Folks, we have our big annual conference for KHM Travel. Is actually going to be right here in Orlando in March. So I'll finally get to meet Joseph in person. Talk about some of this stuff in person. Yeah, Asia is a growing business for us. We're sending clients to Thailand, to Cambodia, Vietnam, sending them to Japan, Korea. So yeah, that's growing for us too. Now, most of our stuff is rivers and ocean.
Yep.
But I had a family reach out to me for a graduation gift for their daughter. She wants to go. So so we're kind of looking at that, and you guys make it so easy because I could just say, well, here you go. Here's your flights. Here's your hotel.
Yep.
Look, transfers or even in there.
That part of the world is new to me, so we're catching up quickly with that personally. But yeah, the world's covered, pre-post cruise. All that stuff is there for you to be taking and giving to your clients and get the backing of our brands of. These are legacy brands, part of ALG Vacations. We never even, I'll bore people, but it's Apple Vacations, FunJet, Travel Impressions. These are brands that are inside of this umbrella. That each agency has a preferred, and that's what your preferred is FunJet. And these are 40.
It's just fun to say.
But FunJet. These are like 40 some years old. These brands, and so there's again the long history of these guys doing business before travel was even cool. Right. The backing that you have.
I'll tell you, if anybody is thinking about going to Japan, there's a series on Amazon Prime called our man James May in Japan. Like James May used to be on Top Gear, and it is one of the funniest. He also does India. But he's a whole fish out of water kind of a thing in Japan. It is so much fun.
Walter, you need your production manager to put that in the show notes. That's what all the cool podcasters do. I'm going to have my production manager put that in the show notes. We all know who your production manager is.
Yes. Hey, put that in the show notes. Yes, sir. I will take care of it right after the show. Yes. That'll be me. I'm your travel agent, your cameraman, your editor. I'm a little bit of everything, which is why I'm so far behind in my content. Because I have stuff from a year ago in December that I still haven't finished editing yet. So yeah, I'll get there one of these days. Hey, what are some of your favorite places to go?
Oh, great question. A couple. I'm going to give you one place that we don't even have yet, and it's going to be really bizarre because it seems very close, and we should. is the Yucatan of Mexico.
Oh,
We have some properties in Mérida, but in between Cancun and Mérida is a town called Valladolid. And that whole region of Mexico, I love Mexico. If you had to lock me up into one country I never could leave, maybe Italy, but I think Mexico would win.
okay.
Because of just the history, and we have ruins like they have in Egypt. We have architecture like in Rome. We have, buildings like in Europe. We have farmland. We have mountains. We have the water. I mean, Mexico has everything for me. But that area is intriguing to me as far as just a slower pace of life. I love just the walking in the city squares with the church on the one side and the guy selling the corn on the stick on the other side, and the pigeon like that feeling you get in movies, like it exists there, and the beautiful colored doors. So love that. I'm a big fan then of Cancun. And I know that sometimes people again, they have a vibe of what they think Cancun is from spring break days and all that kind of stuff. Like the level of service, the level of detail that they put out, it's very hard. So I've been to all-inclusive other places. People are also like, I might be in Jamaica or in the Dominican. They have great spots. I don't want to diss those, but people ask, well, what do you think of this? And I'm like, man, you're fighting against Cancun. Like they just get it there. They get tourism. They get like how to care for, like everybody's like, I think it feels like they actually want to be there. Like again, the service level, all those things are just beautiful. Gotcha. And there's just so many resorts. So that's my all-inclusive favorite. The beaches are great, and especially the north part of Cancun. And then, man, if I'm going to now go back into your world, if I could be on a river cruise on the Rhine or on the Seine or on the Danube, put me on an Avalon River cruise and I'll be just fine. There's that. It's hard. I've only done one in my life, and it's very hard to explain to people. As far as like just you're literally going to the doorstep of this just history and this community, and the freedom you have and the community that you engage with the people on that. And that's the difference. Oh, can I go back to all-inclusive versus cruising?
Yeah, go for it.
The number one difference, Walter. I'm sorry I didn't give this. It's a psychological difference.
Okay.
On cruises, everybody is in it together. Everybody starts and ends. Everybody goes to that same location.
Right.
So in the morning, when I'm having my cup of coffee down at the Coco Cafe is secret. So down at the cafe, World Market Cafe. Sure. And 70-year-old man comes up to me. Who's talking to him? I am. Why? Because it's an easy talk. Hey, sure. What did you think about yesterday when we stopped at Puerto Vallarta? Are you getting excited about going to Huatuca? Are you like, man, wasn't that port yesterday just amazing? Oh, did you get to see the show last night? Like that part vibes with me.
Sure.
Now, at an all-inclusive, that can happen, but psychologically, we don't know if that person is going to be there for a couple more days or they're leaving tomorrow. And so I think we in our heads then don't engage in really true conversation of, hey, so where are you from? And where's your family heritage? And all of those questions that I think you can suss out a little bit better on a cruise ship. Again, that's why that house is a trip to me. Like, even if I never leave the ship, I'm still having these grand conversations with people because we're in this together. It's now, are you guys excited to see the Panama Canal? Like, you do that, Walter, for 14 days? Because that's about how long it took to get there when we took a Panama Canal. For 10 days, you're like, are you guys excited? Or you're on a river cruise out to Normandy, and you're like, man, what are you guys thinking about when we get to Normandy Beach and we get to see this thing? We all know we're going to that. Right. That creates a really, you see how excited I am. Again, I don't sell cruising here. My boss, she watches it, she'll be like, Joseph, why'd you talk about that so much? But But now on an all-inclusive, you're there, or even in a trip to Paris, if you're just going to Paris, like you might talk to the guy in the street corner. You're going to definitely talk to the guy next to you while you're sipping your rum and coke. And you'll talk and you'll have a conversation, but it definitely isn't a sense of, man, we're doing this together. So psychological difference. I forget what your question is.
I didn't, but Joanna's asking if they're good for retired folks. And all-inclusive.
Yes. Now, again, this is where a good travel advisor comes into play. I'm going to go back to Secrets Moksha. The one I talked about was just this amazing resort. Oh my gosh, the food and all that stuff. But when I walked around there, I was like, it's very accessible. But I was like, boy, if you're in a walker or if you have some balance issues, like they definitely lean towards this stone is cool. It's definitely movable, but I'm like, oh boy, man, this would be difficult for an elderly person. I'm not saying a retired person is elderly, but if you have, so that's where you got to know a mobile, working with a good travel agent that maybe you don't know, but then you're working with your community of travel agents. Go, hey, I got these 2 resorts. Which one would be more accessible for, or which one's, because I don't want to, there's a lot of retired people that want to party and want to do their Jello shots too. So like that whole, so even that, like I would ask Joanna, like, hey, do you still want to have some good entertainment? Do you still want to have some fun? Do you like the pool or do you like the beach? Do you want to have it quiet? Are you a book reader? You're asking those questions to narrow it down into what you have. So yes, there are amazing resorts for retired people. And we can get you there, just knowing a little bit more information. Costa Rica, there's only a few resorts in Costa Rica, Alex. She wants to party. Joanna wants to party. So, there are a lot of
Where are we going, Joanna?
Joanna wants to go to the Breathless Soul in Cancun and be on the rooftop pool and doing the champagne with the ladies with their very risque bikinis on.
Oh. Okay.
Fireworks. There you go. Top of the champagne bottles.
So Joanna, just reach out. We'll get that all set.
There are actually, and we sell them also, Walter. There are some very, very, very adult resorts out there.
Gotcha.
There's some with
Alex. Did you hear that? Alex, I don't know why I singled you out, but Alex, did you hear that?
Hey, Gary, great question. How far in advance should you be planning? Unlike cruising, where you can sometimes get a deal 2 years out in cruising, like for a while there, man, you got some cruises that are open. The answer to that is always now. Now is always the best time to book the travel. And again, I'll go back to our product and go, yes, that's the one, Tara. Our product, if you book it, and especially if you have the travel protection on it, we price lock it in. So, Walter, you can go back and go, man, the resort price dropped. You just reprice it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just like the people that are in price shopping, like now is the time to do it. And you've probably talked about this a bunch, but like gone are the days of somebody going into the spreadsheet on a Tuesday and looking at how many rooms are filled and all of that stuff to then go, we got to raise the prices. Like prices literally can raise by the second.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all computer AI generated now.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, Alex, the Virgin. So, Walter, you can make this connection all day long with cruise ship line compared to all-inclusive world. Because, there's the Virgin way, which I thought was going to be very risky. I went on a Virgin cruise, it was a year and a half ago now. I actually went on with the mindset of, I'm coming from Wisconsin now.
Sure.
Of an old school Lutheran stuck in the mud mindset.
Okay.
I was like, I want to go on here to think, can I still enjoy this without doing all of the more party things? And they are definitely not as risky as people think they are. They're actually pretty tame.
It's a very chill and relaxed environment, actually. Scarlet Night is crazy.
It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Like going, and I didn't do the pajama party. I didn't do some of those things. I actually did the Scarlet party, but I stood at the top level with my drink with some friends that I met along the way.
There you go. That's what I do. I like to be up on top and watch.
Enjoyed the moment.
Yeah.
And again, it was one of those like, oh, this is the way it should be. In our world today. And you look down, and again, I could describe like some of the younger people with their Speedos on, their neon Speedos, literally right next to probably an 85, 90-year-old couple, their 1970s leisure suit. And and they were just like right
Having
by the
a good
pool
time.
dance, and literally right next to them, two guys in their Speedos, like, and I'm like, they are both enjoying life right now. And you know
They
what?
are.
So am I.
Exactly.
You know, like, so
that's exactly what Virgin is. It's just come as you are. That's what they are.
And so you can then make that link for people as you continue to grow in your skills to go, oh, Virgin is breathless.
Right.
Virgin is these other resorts. Yeah.
Right.
Celebrity cruising is this, Princess is that. And
sure.
Again, like every ship, they're all a little different. Every resort's going to have their different vibe. That's also the beauty, the difference between cruising and the all-inclusive. Like the Secrets brand, every resort is very different.
Gotcha.
It isn't cookie cutter, the same type of experience. So that's where it leans to the other way to go, oh man, I really love all-inclusives for that. Like I sometimes get bored of ships because I'm like, this is the same exact ship with a different name.
Which is why you work with me, because I get you on more interesting ships.
Get you on more interesting ships. CJ, Princess, Virgin, they're coming to the West Coast. Walter can get you on that trip.
They're going
to be doing some at Alaska, aren't they? And some California coast.
They got a whole season in Alaska, and they're going to do California coast. We just don't know what they're doing after Alaska yet. I'm hoping to see some Hawaii get thrown in there when they come back out of Alaska. Wow. Yeah.
And that's why, friends, I know you're probably going to be shutting me down here soon, but you want to work. I'm going to put a plug in for you now, Walter. If you're out there and you haven't started working with Walter, I think you need some help, and it's not because you're dumb. And Walter wants to work with really, really smart people, but you get this opportunity to have somebody like him is so intimately involved, as you guys know, in the cruising world. He knows his stuff and he knows it so very well. And now he's taking that knowledge and parsing it out into this other neck of the world in travel, which all of you are going to want to get to also. And you know what he can do in just a few years of cruising. You could only imagine what Walter's going to be like. He's going to be the all-inclusive king here very quickly. So you want to get on his radar. Otherwise, he might be too busy for you. No, he's not going to be too busy. So, yeah, Walter, you are a gentleman and a scholar, and you get stuff done. And that's why people love you and your clients love you. And I'm just excited to continue to work with you with ALGV, our products, as you just mentioned, all over the world.
All over the world. I thank you. You're very kind. I mean, we try our hardest. We're not perfect. We're human. We do try our hardest. And I love bringing you and all my travel partners on here. So, everybody watching this, you can kind of plant a little seed in your back of your mind going, oh, okay, we have some of these other options available to us.
This was a little seed, Walter. I think we dug a hole and we put in a sapling in the ground. This baby's ready to bloom.
I like it. And so in less than a month, I'm going to see you. That's going to be great. Maybe we'll do a little content together for everybody. That's going to be fun. I like it.
Do it.
I like it. Well, folks, I hope
everybody for being on. If you haven't watched this live, you're watching it later. I am just gracious and grateful that you took the time to be with me. You don't ever get to call me though, because you have to call Walter. So I don't work with clients. I work with only travel agents.
No, I'm the lucky guy. I'm the one that gets to call him at 2 a.m. and go, hey, no, I would never do that. But folks, hey, if you're
my phone's down here in the morning, we do have a 24-hour call center though, Walter, for you to take care of that.
I know. Well, hey, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this hour. I certainly have. I'll remind you, I'm Walter with Where's Walter Travel. We book your cruises, land, luxury, and expedition. We work with amazing partners like Joseph and ALG Vacations to take you pretty much anywhere in the world. If there's something that you're thinking about, we can most definitely get you there one way or another. So just reach out. where'swaltertravel.com. Links are down in the description. We'll see you guys next Thursday night from a ship, and I'll see you guys Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. We're gonna be on the Margaritaville Islander. It's gonna be Valentine's. We're doing a vow renewal. In fact, you may not. Is Thursday Valentine's Day? If Thursday's Valentine's Day, then you won't see me because we're doing a big party. But I'll be back on Sunday morning at 10:30 in the morning. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Joseph, for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate all of you guys.
All right, everybody, have a good evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.